Coming up on Talk is Cheap, a planet that shouldn't be there, because why not? Fuck it. Welcome to Talk is Cheap. I'm Dusty Long, and today we're going to be talking about weird planets that shout in the sky. But with me, as always,
Dan Hohlfeld. Dusty, how are you?
now I'm confused today. I'm a little off.
Really?
I drank a little too much, maybe.
I've been drinking a little too much. You know, I got this
What'd you
big
get?
butt Doppler Bach.
I had that on Social Fix now.
I was going to say, I'm catching up
Yeah.
on my Social Fix beers because I'm way behind on you guys.
Funny thing, because the other co-host here, Pete,
Howdy,
Look at that.
Dusty. How you doing, bud?
not bad. You gave me what is this you gave me this morning? What is this?
Nothing like a good nooner with a friend, right?
It was noon. I said this morning it was like 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sierra Nevada, a fine Pilsner.
And then, you know
today.
what? It actually is good. I was really expecting something really hoppy, but this is a good one.
yeah.
So thank you, Pete,
You
for
are
starting me
welcome.
out with a beer, and that's why I sound confused right away.
Oh, good.
Nooner, then Spooner.
Let's get a new. No.
Never mind.
All right. So
I
today.
got one more thing.
Oh
yet.
yeah. We got to do this.
I got this model. My brother gave this to me to build as a gift.
He gave
Not
you-
a gift, but a gift.
He gave you a gift and he made you build it yourself.
This was the biggest pain in the ass ever. Did you guys get one of these?
I did. Yep. I got the AT-AT.
Did you guys attempt to build it yet?
No, I need
Not yet.
time.
You are going to be swearing, and you're going to be wanting to give up a few times. But because Andrew gave it to me as a present, I felt the need to
You
finish
have
it.
to finish it.
Yeah.
It looks
Absolutely.
really cool.
I had to cheat, and I used super glue.
Did you really?
Because a lot of these, like, to get them through, you have to, like, bend it and twist it, and they're so small. You need a needle nose pliers, by the way. They're so freaking small. I just said, screw it, glue it.
Screw it and glue it.
Yeah. And you can see, like, if he has the close-up shot here, I didn't even get this top panel down. It's open, the hatchway.
I noticed that right away.
They're not going to live.
And this thing is, I see the top's not even fastened in there yet either. It's shaking like a motherfucker.
So it's almost as good as what the NASA said they landed.
It's probably, like you said, I think they just used tin foil and boards and sheetrock and whatever else to build theirs, but this is probably a little more sophisticated than that.
What they used for the moon landing hoax. Yep.
You know, the worst thing about that is I don't think it was ever hoaxed, but then I started doing research on the radiation belt and whatnot and how they built that with like thin aluminum and how that the people had been fried. I'm like, oh.
One thing they talked about,
NASA
they
just
they show
released.
the lunar module, and then they show the car. Where'd the car come from out of that?
It's ass. It had a baby. It was pregnant on the way up, and then when it got there, it had the baby car.
You're asking too many questions. They dropped it from the previous rocket things. They'd parachute it down. I don't know.
For another episode.
You know, speaking of the moon landing, I just caught an article the other day. NASA just finally released over 100,000 photos from all their moon missions.
Oh, really?
So what that tells me, it took them like 45 years to get all the paintbrush or the airbrushing done on them and stuff.
They finally got a Mac. It's like,
This one.
I
way
showed you how
quicker.
easy it was in 5 minutes. It takes them forever, $100,000.
Yeah.
Just hire me up.
I
Fuck.
forgot all about that. I actually saw a picture of NASA from Mars, and some guy went up to Sierra Nevada or some shit, found the same 2 goddamn mountains. I didn't save the picture. I'm going to give it to you next time.
Same mountains of.
Same mountains.
That you're seeing in the background of
in the
these
background
Mars
of the
photos
Mars.
and
So
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
they're saying it's, and it looks just like what you did. And I thought, oh, is this real?
I thought it was in New Zealand they were doing that.
No. New Zealand's how hobbits are.
Well, you should bring it up, even if we can do it before another show, just to get it out there.
Yeah, I'll see if I can look
Yeah.
it before the next show.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it.
Awesome.
All right, so here's what we're talking about today, folks. You remember not too long ago I talked about the alien megastructure in front of the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They thought it was a Dyson sphere, which is a Dyson sphere for those of you who are catching up or that don't remember.
Or forgot.
Yeah, it's a structure that's in front of the sun that would harness the sun's energy. So think about like I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Like a major like city or planet that's zipping around. It just sucks that radiation, and the UFOs would come down there and power up. A lot of them are surrounding the star, so you would have like
You saw that video of the one sucking them up, sucking.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, that's creepy.
I don't
man.
know about that
Yeah.
one. That's kind of weird, right? So here's a new one, K2-39b, the planet that shouldn't be there at all.
Not K2D for network, but
No, but close.
K2D,
I think this is
39B.
almost made for us. All right. Now, this is really interesting. This just came out on phys.org. And what this is this is a sun, and it's massive. I can't find it here shortly. But anyway, and there's a planet, I think it's 10 times larger than our planet. It's a rocky planet that is so close to the sun, it shouldn't be there. Because the sun's gravitational pull would actually have taken this, the planet that size and just crumble it up, and it would be nothing. So here we have another, I don't know what you want to call it, something that we can't explain. It shouldn't exist. It defeats all purpose and whatnot. So the K2-39b is 50 times more massive than our planet and has a radius of about 8 Earth radii. So it's huge. And the sun itself, that's a really important thing. The sun itself is a what do you call it?
Dwarf?
It's an older sun. It's
Not a red dwarf.
no. It's actually just a sun.
Red Giant.
It's called
Red Dwarf.
Yeah,
Isn't that a
Red-
TV show?
Oh, that's good.
The Red Green Show? What?
The first step here is to get the hubcap off there.
Yeah, maybe a white dwarf.
I like how if we get so off subject sometimes.
Oh man, it's terrible.
So let me just read this right quick.
Oh,
Then.
man, it's terrible.
An international team of astronomers has reported the discovery of a new giant exostellar planet orbiting a subgiant star so closely that it should be destroyed due to tidal interactions. However, against all odds, the planet survived and is the shortest period alien world orbiting the subgiant star known to date. It actually orbits in like 4 days, and so a year and that type of thing. It was found by 3 different satellite telescopes. The Canary Islands, Chile, and then there's another one. Maybe 2 in
It's
Chile.
a subgiant star.
Evolved, that's what I want to say. So it 4.6 days right there. It should be totally destroyed. Now here's the thing. We had now that I got that up to, let me show you the megastructure. KIC 8462852. This is a new article too. This is saying there's no radio signals coming from this, but this is something else we don't understand. The megastructure is dimming the star up to 20%, which not even Jupiter could do to our star. So it's huge. Then we have this other planet that's way too close. Now the idea is, for all the conspiracy theorists and those of us that think outside the box a little bit more, could this be an artificial planet? There are no other planets in that solar system, but there might be one, but it's way out. So people are saying that they've taken all the other planets and the asteroid belts and anything else that might have been there and just kind of like threw them all together and made this planet really close to the sun. Doesn't make much sense. I don't like that much. However, if they use all the material to make like a Dyson sphere, like a planet-sized megastructure to harvest the energy from the sun, maybe, I don't know. But it's not supposed to be there. This is why I think this is so important, why I brought it in. It's not aliens, it might be, but it's not aliens, it's not, JFK assassinations, but what it is this actual proof that we don't know everything out there. Because I get a lot of people that don't believe in the conspiracy theories, don't believe in aliens or whatever. They're like, no, we are the tip of, we're the tip, the apex, people, there's no other alien life because we're the smartest. They can't have elongated heads because the neurons couldn't fire fast enough. They'd actually be stupider than smarter if they had a larger
This
head.
guy's saying there's no aliens here because physics.
Yeah.
Physics we can't. I'm quoting a guy at work. I'm sorry.
and physics are laws, but those laws have been broken and disproven and then remade and whatnot, and that's what this is important to me.
Physics
and
gets rewritten every now and then.
and it should be important to everybody because what this is doing is they're saying this planet shouldn't exist. This megastructure, whatever it happens to be, shouldn't exist, and here it is existing.
Yep.
So
how do
we
you
don't know
explain it?
everything. Absolutely.
We don't know everything exactly.
And they were trying to say that the KIC, the megastructure, they were trying to say it was a host of comets that were, like
Yeah, I
revolving
heard that
around.
was an original hypothesis. I remember
it's
reading
completely
that.
debunked now. They did the math, and they would take I don't know, like 100,000 comets all orbiting at the same place, same time, type thing. Not doing it now. There are no signals. This is June 29th, so just the other day. No signals from the alien megastructure, which is kind of disheartening. I was hoping to get something,
Signals.
Kinda cool.
Are they what
Radio
signals?
signals.
Okay, radio. So they could be emitting something else.
Could be, yeah, because I mean, we think radio. The reason we search for radio signals is
we're
because
stupid and we're old-fashioned.
Yeah, right. It's the equivalent of the telegraph, right?
Yeah.
You know,
that's
It
just
really
the thing. They figure that, and that's kind of where I get a little upset when I'm talking to people is we think that alien life would evolve the way we did. So they take the same logical steps we did. So they would come up with radio communication before they come up with something else. And maybe it's because I read a lot of sci-fi novels, or maybe it's because I want to believe so bad. But it's also, being realistic. We can't say that everything in the universe, everything, will evolve the same way. Mm-hmm. Yes, we need water. Yes, we need oxygen. But that doesn't mean.
Do we?
Yeah. Well, water, I would say yes. But the idea of breathing oxygen, really,
that's of what we know of life. It, requires water and then carbon based. But that's just of we know of life on one
planet.
And one data point does not make a trend. It does not make, right?
And that's my point. We don't know.
There could be other alien races that don't need oxygen.
Very true. They could they could breathe nitrogen
or carbon dioxide.
Yep.
And maybe live for a long time.
And there's algae and stuff that takes in carbon dioxide and creates oxygen and whatnot that they're trying to use for greenhouse gases and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I mean, so there's all sorts of this, and that's where I come to this these things that are found in the real world, you can go out and almost touch these damn things in that essence, the picture of it.
Yep.
That's why it's so important. You don't have to believe in aliens, but you believe that we're the apex of, the universe's, evolution. I think we're all...
The human arrogance is what you're describing there, right?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty fucking sad, I think.
Yeah, it would. It would. That would make me even have less meaning in life than I currently have right now.
If this is all we got,
I mean, it's already
what's
pretty.
the point of living?
Yeah,
really?
right. The only thing I'm holding on to is that there is something out there that we can expand.
That's what keeps
our
me going.
knowledge
Because
on.
the other week we were talking about the Bashar 2016. Everything will change. The fact is that if we make contact and we get that acceleration technology, it's making me excited for the future.
Oh yeah.
Rather than with our current
because it's like, we'll probably burn gas for another 100 years or whatever. It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
I was thinking about that the other night because I was at the house and I was smoking a cigarette outside and I kind of pontificated a little bit, on my own. And I thought to myself, we're really, in essence, a very stupid race because we sit there and we hate on each other. And because especially racism and all that, we hate people for their race, religion, creed, color, whatever it happens to be. And we're on a globe or a flat earth for those of you, but we're on this, this earth. There's no way to get off of it. So even if you wanted someone to get the fuck away from you, he can only go so far before he's coming back at you, for one. But two, it doesn't matter your race, creed, religion, or any of that stuff. If you're a douchebag, you're a douchebag.
That's all there is to it.
And, we hate on people for no other reason. If they were our mothers or our grandmothers or grandfathers or our cousins or nieces or nephews or whatever it happens to be, we wouldn't hate them.
No, you give them a pass. You say, well, they're different. They're an exception.
Because we have family members that are fucking idiots.
This happens with women you're dating too. You give them a free pass.
For what?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
She ain't getting no free pass from me.
Sweetie, if you're watching this, I do not agree with that.
I know
that is a two-way street.
Yeah,
and you're perfect.
It happens.
No, it doesn't happen.
That's how you have fun.
Once and done. All right. So yeah, not only that, but if think about it, people, we're all in the same damn ball, hurling through space or flat play.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, or flat thing, disc shape.
Absolutely. If you're a douchebag, if it was your cousin that was being a douchebag, you're like, that's just that's the way he acts. We kind of do it to everybody else, and don't let their hate fucking impede on you.
I agree, man.
So anyway, the last article I have is that same Megastructure. I just wanted to point out that they said this right here. I do not see how it's possible for.
What did you do?
I hit the damn
you got
button.
the documents.
Oh, I got the documents.
Yep.
Well, I wonder if I can find the same shit that I was just looking at. Probably not. Here, click on that button. Okay, so that the dimming would have to be 36 giant comets to create 20% dimming. You need 648,000 giant comets.
Yeah, because it's dimming per century as well as.
Yeah,
it dims in a period sooner than that, but every century it also loses. So it's almost like they're building more on it as it goes, and
they're saying,
knocking more of that light back.
Now there is some controversy on this. I just read
You
the article.
think?
Yeah, well, they were
Is that why
saying
you're
that
talking about it?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
they said that the 100 years that we know has been dimming. They're saying that that's not probable. There's an argument going on right now between these two study groups. Mm-hmm. I think one's the University of Louisiana and Vanderbilt or something. But anyway, they're saying that the century long, they took the Harvard plates or pieces of glass that they took pictures on, and then you take those pieces of glass and you look at them, and you have the dots are the stars, right? And then you can track movement or brightness.
Sure.
If I read that correctly, I've seen it, but I'm not really good at that. So you can in the comments tell me if I was wrong there. But anyway, so they have these pieces of glass for all these information. What they said was they went back to look at that same star, and that's how they know that it's been dimming for 100 years.
Yeah.
Now, these other people are saying, no, that's not true because the telescopes used have been changed. So then you're going to get a different picture with each telescope.
Well, you'd think
change.
you'd be able to compare that if everything else around it dimmed by about the same, right?
Well,
You think the whole picture would dim, right? Not just this one.
Yeah, and I'm not 100%,
Yeah.
but it's something in there. But they haven't ruled out, that it's not dimming. It is definitely dimming up 20% every time that it has a rotation, which
Yep.
is impossible, and not impossible, but it's just very improbable.
There's something in front of it they can't detect that's
Yep.
dimming it. Yeah.
There's no radio signals, which is
Like a
upsetting.
UV
'cause-
filter, some kind, right?
What if? Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Or what if it's just a giant eye, like on Jupiter, that it's a big storm that moves around, and it's just taking
No, because
up,
this is a pretty well, I suppose, but on the sun,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not a astronomer. I'm just
You're
What if
right.
they have a big
I mean,
mothership,
Jupiter's mostly gas. Sun's mostly
big
gas. right?
mothership in front of the sun, and then it's coming slowly back into the frequency? Well, you said it doesn't. Does it dim back, or does it just keep dimming dark?
Dims,
One way.
it brights and lightens. So
Yeah,
when it
it'll come
passes,
back, yeah.
Also, so maybe the ship's coming in and going out because they say that there's like motherships the size of planets and shit. I mean, huge.
Well, this one's orbiting though, so this wouldn't be going in there and filling up. This would be just sitting there like a space station. And the like some of the artist things
Well,
is
you
like
could
a
park it.
humongous.
Yeah.
Look at the Death Star.
They're making out. It's been 100 years. They're still going at it. What they artist rendition, like the one I like, they have ones that are like halo, the rings like surrounding the planet that would, but it's a big, massive like satellite dish, and that's capturing all this energy. And on the backside, and that also cools the backside. And the backside they have like a major city like extending out.
Sure.
So that way it would be blocked from the sun, and then all that radiation and the sun's heat and everything powers all of that megastructure
Yep.
that's coming out. So it would look like an umbrella turned backwards.
Sure.
So
Yep.
and that's okay. That's not improbable. I mean, you could build something like that, but I mean, you got to worry about that tidal force that we're talking about with that other planet. That it might rip it apart, plus all the radiation and everything
Well,
else.
it's just
but-
the debris because you don't have Earth, the magnetic field,
Yep.
the atmosphere itself does a good job of keeping a lot of this space debris from impacting. I mean, some gets through obviously, and
Of
then the
course.
radiation and stuff. I would think a huge challenge of a megastructure like that is to keep all the little pieces flying around from just zipping through you.
Well, and the thing of that, I'm really glad you brought that up. I forgot about this. The second part of that first article, that planet that shouldn't exist, I looked to see what kind of theories there were on how to make a artificial planet. And if you were to take all the rocks in the Kuiper belt, the Oort cloud, and or asteroid belt, and all the planets, you still wouldn't be able to make up but something about the size of like a third of the Earth or half of the Earth or something
Really?
crazy. Yeah, it's really nuts. Because there's a lot of different debris, but you need so much to be compacted. So to make that.
the assumption you're making though is that it needs to be solid.
Yeah, I was gonna
this
say
is-
water
that's the
takes up a
second
lot.
point. Yeah, this is my second point. When I read the second theory is if you could create a black hole, now a miniature black hole, and this only needs to be like, if I would remember correctly, I should have saved that. Oh, I did save it, but I didn't send an email. 2 centimeters or something, or 2 inches across. That black hole would create enough gravitational force. You could build that Dyson sphere I was talking about around the sun. You could build it around the black hole itself, actually.
Sure, because it'd be wanting to pull everything in.
Pull everything in.
and
So then you
here's
build
old
your
school
planet.
architecture, with the arches and letting gravity do that.
There you
do
go.
that.
But at the sacrifice of whatever else is on
But
those
see,
planets.
this is the interesting thing, though. Think about this. The Earth has that magnetic sphere around it, right?
Yep.
Okay, they said, now this is all theory, don't get me wrong, but they said if you could, make this black hole, and feed it steadily and whatnot, you could create enough gravity to build a planet around it. It'd be hollow. You have this hollow planet. But on top of that, it shoots out radiation and whatnot. The black hole does, right? Hawking's radiation on each side. Well, they were talking about utilizing that for energy, but then it would also create somehow, or by making the structure a certain way, it could create the same magnetic deal that we have now. So quite simply, when I read this, what I gathered was these hollow Earth freaking people. If there was, instead of having a sun in the middle, if it was a black hole, we could still have that gravitational waves, like they're saying. Now this is all theory, of course, but so you could do this. So they could have built a.
So how do we know Earth isn't a planet that was built?
Yeah, that's where I knew this was going to go.
Oh yeah.
So now the hollow Earthers are going to be jumping back up on
TC's
now.
chime in on this one.
But
No,
That's your theory.
the problem
He
with
kind of
that
took
though
my
is that
steam with that one.
the
Talking about
hollow Earth
Earthers.
flies in the face of the flat Earth, which then I'm sure the Anunnaki folks wouldn't agree with, and then you've got the ultra-terrestrial people, which are supposedly living inside. So there's a lot of
But you were
different
talking about
theories,
us being
and
seeded here.
Yes.
yeah, potentially.
Seed colony.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny because when I looked up artificial planets, the moon is hollow. The asteroid belt's created by a planet that was once there. It was crushed. They created the moon, and it's hollow. And they came over here. It's still filled with people, and we have been seeded from the colony that was on there. The people in the moon that came from the planet that was in the asteroid belt. That's how deep I went with this one.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, when you look up artificial planets, you get a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, and like the of course, when you say that moon is hollow, people constantly talk about how it rang. So of course that works, and then then next thing you know, when you just start doing a little research, and this is what I hate about doing research. Some days you do a little bit of research, and next thing you know, you've spiked in 4 different directions.
Well, there's the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then you go deeper and deeper, and then somehow shit starts making like this point all of a sudden connects to this point over here, and then over here,
But
and
you
you're
got
like,
more
oh.
topics for other shows, so I don't see the problem. with
Yeah,
that.
no. I hope you all enjoyed it. We ran over time, and I apologize, but I hope you guys enjoyed and understood what I was trying to say when I said that this is really important because it proves that we don't know everything. For all the naysayers out there, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was a good discussion.
It wasn't really a conspiracy or anything, but I don't know. I want to do something a little bit different, I guess.
That's no planet. It's a space station.
That's no planet.
That's no
It's a
planet.
Dyson
Oh,
sphere.
nice. I like, dude. And he's wearing the shirt too. That's awesome.
Oh shit, yeah.
He's on the right side.
He doesn't have the
Empire.
mask though.
No.
I got 3 of those damn things at the house.
I think we ran the batteries out of Dusty's mask last time.
Yeah, we played with it a little. Don't look at me like that.
Is Dusty's mask code for something?
My Darth Vader helmet with my voice changer.
All right, we should probably cut it
Yeah.
off.
Oh yeah, and
Dude, I would.
I got red glow in the dark condoms too. So
Wait, glow in the dark condoms?
yeah,
Do those need to be charged?
by rubbing.
Does that work?
It works by friction.
Kinetic energy?
Bro, that's awesome though. You're in the dark and you just hold it and you go.
The force is strong with me tonight.
Gotta have the sound effects out of your speaker. All right.
Pete,
Okay.
Pete's thinking he needs another beer.
Yeah.
All right, well, I
Or
want to
10.
thank y'all for tuning in and watching us. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Share.
Thumbs up. I always got to remind you. Thank you very
I
much,
know.
gentlemen. Thumbs up
Don't
or
forget
thumbs
hashtag
down.
ball guy sucks.
Yes, hashtag ball
Ball
guy
guy
sucks.
sucks.
My favorite hashtag in the
Ball
world.
guy sucks. Hashtag ball guy.
Love that guy.
I noticed a lot of our videos, we're getting a lot of views, but there's not many thumbs up or thumbs down, so
It's one click,
I
people.
appreciate that.
How hard is that? Anything from you? Nah, he's still thinking about my red. All right. Thank you very much. And tune in next time. Bye.
I see nothing but the utmost professionalism and respect for everybody I work with.
You are
and
the
there
biggest liar.
There are no problems. Everybody's great.
I didn't know Pete could talk out of his ass.
What was the South Park one where it's like hot girl, bad girl, one girl, two?
Because this is more for
Is that the actual
Are you gonna
model
zoom in on
used in the moon landing hoax?
Maybe.
we should get some sand and shit like our own. Oh my god.
He's live streaming on the internet or whatever,
family
so he doesn't
stuff.
have.
Albums, and the albums has face recognition and stuff. Projects
So it
that's
automatically
like books
uploaded
and
his
stuff.
photo.
Import
Oh, penis.
Oops.
Welcome to Talk is Cheap. I am Dusty Long, followed or fucking a